You guys can hear me. Well, what's up? I just wanted to try out this little new POV kind of series of me just driving, talking with you guys, YouTube. Just kind of enjoying, some background video for some people, and me just driving my car, enjoying life, talking about life, seeing if I can relate with anybody out there. But this is what I'm going to be driving today. My little fall driving session for today. Gotta just head down to the USPS, send out a package real quick. But yeah, just a little POV driving in the fall in the Pacific Northwest. For those of you who are curious what that looks like, this is what it's gonna look like. A lot of leaves falling right now. It's fall. It's November actually, beginning of the month, November 2025. But I'll take you down the back roads for now. But yeah, just gonna get a little vibe, little test with this and see how it goes. Just give it a go, give it a try. Have some future ideas, you could say. A couple ideas of what I could do with this little series if I continue it, if I kind of just, you know what I mean, go with it. And a few ideas, POVs possibly in different types of cars, or POVs during the nighttime series, or just, anything basically car related, and more than likely some POV car related content. Just kind of, you just try, give it a go. Everyone always says you gotta just try. We always hear those motivational videos where it's just like, you don't know until you try. And this is basically one of those things where I don't know until I basically try it out for myself. So that's what it's going to come down to. I'm basically just going to give this a go and give it a try and see how it goes. If it flops, it flops. Well, I have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? I'm not losing any finances over it or time. We don't know in life where it can take us if we don't try. If we don't try in life, we never know where we will be, whether that be a business, relationship, moving away from family, state. It's just a whole new trying. You never know until you try. I think that will probably be the theme of this video. Of the video is, you never know where you will be until you try. The theme is try. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. You may fail 100 times and continue to fail, but at least you tried. At least you can tell people, hey, look, I tried to do this, or hey, I tried to start that business. Yeah, I failed. They might laugh. Who cares? Like, we're on this earth, you know what I mean, once in our lives. So they might know only your failures until you succeed, and then once you do succeed, they're gonna forget about your the fact that you've succeeded. They'll forget about your fails, is what I mean. They'll forget all about those times where you failed over and over again. Little pull real quick. Nothing, I understand I'm not in a GT3 RS or anything crazy, but little backcountry pulls never hurt. But the whole point is try, like I'm in that same kind of boat, same kind of predicament with a lot of people. Is I need to learn how to just continue to try. I've been trying I'm 26 now. I feel like I've been trying to do something new with my life for 8 years. I've tried this whole YouTube thing, but I never really tried to the point where I stuck with it for even a year. Let alone, I haven't tried to stick with it consistently, even for like a month, 3 months, even half a year. I'm to the point where in my life now, I want to stick with it. I have nothing to lose now. So before, I had nothing to lose, and I've always created excuses for myself. And it made me think, like, what's the point of that? Why did I have so many excuses? Why was I so afraid to do what I'm doing? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't be afraid. As humans, we shouldn't be afraid to give it a go, give it a try. And that's something I've realized now at my age. If this YouTube thing never works out, speaking of, look at the Pacific Northwest real quick. Look how beautiful this is, okay? I have to say, by far, I think season's one of my favorite. I don't know if you guys can see how beautiful it's just here. Let me just hug the steering wheel so you guys can see this. Like, come on. The leaves are changing, they're yellow. We get a little bit of orange, a little bit of green. I probably look like a goofball driving because I have my camera attached to my head. I'm pretty sure everyone driving past me is probably like, what the heck's on his head? But come on, look at this. There's nothing better than this. Pacific Northwest, fall season. What state is beating this? Like, I need to know what state, what's beating this? Because this is incredible. This is by far if you're a car guy and you like driving just to drive, this is the season and this is the state that you want to be out here to drive around the hills. Just get to the bottom right here. But yeah, like I was saying, is I'm at the point of my age where I'm not afraid to try. Yeah, people are gonna laugh at me. I have family members, you know, who haven't told me to my face, but who probably think I'm delusional or crazy or too optimistic, you can say. And they probably think that, you know, my head is in the clouds, you could say, where, oh, he's crazy. Like, why is he trying what he's trying? Like, he's 26, has a family, I have a family, you know, and stuff like that. Why is he still doing it? Because why not? You know, and that's something like they were to ever ask me, just give it up. It's like, but why? You know, we're on this earth. We have one life. That's it. We only got one life. And it never hurts to just try. Like I said, the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone is not trying, I would say. Honestly. Not trying. You know, as we get older, then we're going to look back in time and it's like, man, why didn't I just try that? Or, man, why didn't I just, I don't know, like, just give that a go? You know? We're always going to have those moments in life where we're just going to be like, what was I so afraid of? Who was I so afraid of? You know, why was I so afraid of it? And we're always just going to hold that against ourselves. But for those people that did try, then they won't ever have that in life. They won't ever have those moments where you're just like, why, who, what, like, why didn't we do this? Why wouldn't we do that? Or why, who were we afraid of? No, I feel like those individuals that, you know, give it a go, give it a try in life, they don't have those questions. They have other problems. Don't get me wrong. We're always going to have we're always going to question ourselves. But I feel like we're never just gonna, you know, not have problems. We will, but we will have this problem of not trying. As I said earlier, the whole theme is trying, right? So I decided, you know, first YouTube video, technically not my first. I had others in the past when I was younger, archived them, deleted them. But first YouTube video, first full-length YouTube video on this YouTube channel, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm just gonna try POV shots, anything car related content. I have some few ideas. I'm gonna give it a go, you know. I'm gonna try. This is the year, you know, I'm gonna give myself 1 year. I'm gonna give it a go. Just try. What's the worst that could happen? Is how I'm gonna look at it. Oh, people want to make fun of me. It's all right. It's all good. I have nothing to be embarrassed of. I've achieved what I had to achieve in my life, and I'm very happy, very blessed. You know, I wouldn't be able to do it without, you know, my Lord and Savior, obviously, but you know, I give him all praise, but, you know, so I'm not really too worried about what people have to say or what they will say about me. What's the worst, you know? As we pull into USPS real quick, might have to, real quick, I just drop package off. It's just kind of how I look at it, things, you know? Give it a sec, hold on. Let this car get through. quickly drop off the single package and just head back to the house. Like I said. Oh. Well, that was weird. But no. Like I said, purpose of the video is to kind of just talk about trying. To try. Never hurts. You know, I grew up. Hold on, there's no car. I don't think so, he drove out. Anyways, I always grew up watching car videos or content stuff. And it just made me think how I've always wanted to do this. But I always gave myself an excuse. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I don't have the proper, camera, phone, whatever, etc., etc. Eventually, then I got it over time, and I still continue to make excuses. And I've always liked watching these car videos, POVs, whatever. To each their own. So now I'm just kind of in this predicament where I'm just like, all right, let's give it a go. Got nothing to lose, so. And I have a few ideas, like I said earlier in the video, how maybe like if I'm able to get my hands on different types of cars, not even to, I don't know, ask buddies or something, just get my hands on some different types of cars and just do POVs in different cars and, see the interior in different cars. For instance, this is a Lexus IS 350 F Sport. This is my car. This is what I bought. I was able to buy for myself. The beginning. I've always been a Lexus fan. They've been reliable. They get the job done. Get you to point A to point B without breaking down. You drive to hundreds of thousands of miles without any issues. They're very comfortable. They have the luxury. They're not fast. They're not the fastest car on the market, but they're quick enough for me. I'm more than happy with it. I can't complain. I got it. It does me good. If I needed to give it a little bit of kick to it, I can show you guys in a little bit. Just going up the hill, a little bit of kick to it. I have that kick, you know what I mean? So, like I said, it never hurts to try. But yeah, this is my car. Little POV shot of it. Just doing a quick little run to USPS, drop something off. Weather's a little gloomy. Like I said, I'm in the Pacific Northwest. It's fall season. It's beautiful. My favorite drive is where we were just at, going down the hill. We're about to go back up the hill in a little bit. It's really fun. I don't know. I enjoy it. It's beautiful. I'm going to give this little view of what it looks like to go up the hill a little bit. Throw this, I'm in eco mode. I'm just probably throw this in sport mode. Like I said, it's not the fastest car, but it's fun. It's a V6, does me good. Is it the fastest V6 on the market? No, not even close. But it has kick to it. It does what it needs to do. I'm honestly gonna put it like that. This car does what it needs to do for me. Just throw it in a little paddle shift mode. Just little rippers. I've thought about doing things to the car, throwing in like a different exhaust system. See if I can hear the stock exhaust on it. But this is probably one of my favorite drives right here, going up to my house. But no, this backcountry is insane. Like the hills, it's just fun. Just going up the hills. Nothing beats that. And it's all-wheel drive. So, nothing better in the Pacific Northwest is having an all-wheel drive car. Because you don't have to worry about the rainy season. We rarely do get snow. When we do get snow, you don't have to worry about that. I don't know. I just always feel safer. I was just going to rip it, but nah, it's on the corner. Probably shouldn't. Man, this car. It's fun. Lexuses are fun. I've always wanted to think about getting a bigger bigger car, possibly even like a GSF. I feel like that'd be fun, like a little. I know they had the V10 motors in those, the older models. That'd be fun to hear that. V10s are always fun to hear, and just kind of, they got power to them, you know. Just downshift real quick. Oh man. But now, thinking about that, closed that window is probably way too loud. A little GSF action. I've thought about the RCFs for the Lexuses. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the 2 doors. Maybe if I was about, what, 8 years younger? Not even. Yeah, probably like 8 years younger. I'd be like, yeah, RCF is like the car. But I think I outgrew it. I'm ready for a 4-door, bigger sedan kind of car. Shoot, the only 2-door car, don't get me wrong, GT3 RSs would be nice to have. Something like that, you know, something insane, just quick, just fast, enjoying. I don't know, that'd be a fun car to drive or to even experience. You know, I wouldn't be against it, obviously. If someone would be like, hey, you want to drive my car? I'd be like, hey, of course. If, you know, if that's what you allow me, you can be cool with it. I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll drive it. Fun little car. Just downshift real quick. Little rivers. I'm not trying to rip too much up here. I got a lot of deer, especially this time of the year. They're all mating. It's just walking around the roads, just lost, looking at your headlights, just lost. But no, I don't know. Lexuses, man. Something about them. You just know. The second you sit in them, you know, even growing up as a kid, everyone's like, oh, Lexus. Like, even as little kids, like, we always, like, looked at them as not the fastest, but they're always looked at like, wow, luxury. Like, they're great. They feel great. They drive great. They're smooth. Never had an issue. Like I said, just something about them. So to be even able to get like a GSF, even an RCF, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I wouldn't take one, but it's not preferred. Like I said, at 2 doors, but I'd still take one. Someone would be like, hey, you want this? I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Something about those. But no, dream car for sure. I feel like it's a lot of people's dream car right now. The whole GT3 RS is obviously. But little kick. There you go. There you go. Phone went flying. See, the car has some kick to it. The phone goes. Phone goes. Flying across the entire car. But no, that'd be a fun car, GT3 RS, for sure. Dream car for a lot of people, including myself. Someday, boys. I won't know until I don't try, is what I'm saying. You know, if I don't try with things, then I won't be able to get that car. But if I try in life with new ventures or new hobbies, then who knows, it might work out. But this is the corner right here. I think this is where I'm gonna cut the video. So if you actually stayed to the end, it's awesome. If you stay to the end, comment, I stayed to the end. That's how I know you stayed to the end. But just wanted to give this little video a try. Give this little series a try and see how it goes. I don't know, maybe I'll try my other things in life and we'll give that a go. Maybe new ideas, different POVs, different cars, or same cars, different sceneries. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys for who did stay and watched it. Until next time, I'm gonna catch all y'all later. I'm out of here. Peace out.